guys, welcome to a special edition of the Sovereign Studios motorcycle projects, I guess. This isn't going to be an episode about the Virago. I just wanted to show you guys one of the new pickups I made, which is this brand new 2019 Honda CRF250L. This thing is a pretty cool machine. I thought I'd do a quick walk around of it for you. As you can see, this thing is brand spanking new. I just picked it up yesterday, or the day before, actually. So I've had it for about 2 days. I rode it to work yesterday, and man, it's a super fun little bike. So you know, like a few years ago, I owned a 2012 CBR 250R, which was basically like the street bike. You know, kind of like this, but a 250, real underpowered. And when I upgraded to the 600, you know, when I upgraded to the 600, I sold my 250, and I always kind of regretted it. That bike was super fun, but you know, it was a street bike, and you know, it wasn't really built for taking off-road or anything like that. And when I upgraded to this thing, you know, I didn't really think I needed that bike anymore, so I sold it. But I always kind of regretted it just because of how much fun it was. So when I went looking for a dual sport dirt bike kind of thing, you know, I kind of wanted to replicate that same experience from the 250R. So I went and got the 250L. It's not quite a true dirt bike, you know. Obviously it's got lights, it's got mirrors, turn signals, you know, it's got a license plate and tag and everything. You know, so not exactly a true off-road bike, but street legal, you know, so I can ride it around to and from work, and you know, I can take it out on the road if I want to, which makes it pretty fun. So that's really why I bought it. Was more I'm planning on doing a lot of camping this year, so you know, I'll throw it in the back of the pickup and take it up with me while I go camping, you know, and turn this into my little toy. So this guy, like I said, is a brand new 2019. When I went searching for it, I wanted to find a literal brand new one. So this was still in the crate when I went and bought it. Got it with 0 miles on it. I think I've there we go. I think I put 14 miles on it so far. So it's still, you know, super new. You know, really nice bike. So yeah, single cylinder, probably makes 18-ish horsepower, I think. So it's pretty light, you know, but man, it's you know, a pretty fun bike to ride. It's super lightweight. I think it only weighs about 322 pounds with all the fluids in it and a full tank of gas. So I mean, that's super light. Like, I can almost pick this thing up myself. You know, moving it, shimmying its back wheel into the pickup is actually really easy for me as a solo rider. So I can lift it into the back of the pickup with the ramps right there, and then shift the back wheel over. Like, once I got it in the wheel chocks, I can shift the back wheel over, and I'll show you guys a photo of how I got it home, actually. But I can shift the back wheel over and close the tailgate, so it ends up being small enough for that, and easy enough to do as one person. You know, I still got my Buell. I stuck it over in the corner because I'm running out of space for motorcycles. But yeah, I'm super excited about this thing. I think it's going to be a fun little ride. Yeah, it should be cool. I've already got in mind a few mods that I kind of want to do. You know, being the street legal version of this motorcycle, it's geared a little bit more appropriately for the road, right? So I think it's got a 14 tooth front sprocket and a 44 or 42 tooth rear sprocket. I think it's a 44. And then, so what I'm hearing a lot of people do is that they go to a 13 tooth front. Yeah, it's 13 tooth and a 42 in the rear instead of the 14-44. And it drops their top speed a little bit, but you know, they get better acceleration off the line. So I'll probably end up doing that swap, mostly because, you know, I don't plan on riding this out on the road very often. You know, I'll take it to and from work, but it's primarily going to be my off-road bike. You know, so that should be a lot of fun. A lot of fun to figure out, you know, some of the more cool things I can do off-road. So I definitely want to go to 1342. I'll probably do some type of tail tidy cleanup kind of thing, because this thing is super fat and ugly. We'll get rid of that. I'll probably go to like the integrated turn light so I can drop the turn signals as well. I'm really not a big fan of how they wrapped this brake line, so we might find a way to reroute this so that it's out of the way and more hidden. Yeah, because I don't really like how Honda chose to do that. So we might look at that. And then the mirrors, you know, like, I mean, the mirrors look, you know, I mean, they look stupid. To be quite honest, they look stupid. They're huge, but I mean, they're effective. You know, I can see out the back of them, and in the 14 miles that I've put on it so far, you know, it's like they're okay. But like, they're just big and bulky. They look kind of funny. You know, so I might end up doing something to make them sleeker, or maybe just get rid of them, because again, I'm mostly just going to be riding this out on the road, so maybe I'll put some crappy bar end mirrors or something, who knows. Maybe I'll just leave them. I don't need to tinker with the bike that badly. Brand new, you know. But yeah, then these grips kind of suck, so we might look at something better for that. You know, the OEM grips kind of suck. Otherwise, you know, I think this bike is good. The seat's a little uncomfy. I hear a lot of people going to like a seat concept seat for the CRF250L. I hear a lot of people doing that, and the only thing I can think of, the only reason they go with that is because it's probably cheaper than the Corbin, like I have on my 600. This Corbin saddle is extremely nice, you know, so I've really enjoyed having this for my 600, and I know they make one for the CRF250, so I might just go with that, even though it's a little more expensive than the Seat Concepts one. But you know, I'm probably going to do that anyway. So maybe one day, you know, I'm going to go on a long ride this weekend out in the woods. Maybe I'll cut some footage of that. But I'll just pretty much decide over the next, you know, few hundred miles whether or not I like this seat. But everyone on the forum says it's crappy, so we might look at replacing it soon. Only other things that I've noticed is these tires kind of suck. I mean, they're the OEM factory ones from the, you know, from the Honda factory. I have no idea actually what, yeah, these are IRC Trails GP22Rs. They're kind of crappy. And it could just be because they're brand new, you know, and they've still got that like factory sheen on them. But you know, when I was riding around on the pavement the other day, they felt a little slippery. But I mean, that was literally the first 10 miles or so of me riding the bike. But either way, some people have said the tires kind of suck, so you know, maybe we'll try and burn them out pretty quick. The only other thing I've really noticed so far is that the brakes feel a little underpowered. I mean, obviously compared to my like 600 and my Buell, you know, this dinky little rotor with its tiny 2-piston caliper, you know, it's just not that powerful. But at the same time, it's 250. It's not like you're going fast, you know what I mean? So it's pretty much good enough in terms of stopping power. You know, but maybe we'll swap out the pads and or rotor and get a better, you know, clamping surface. So pretty good deal. I mean, I know I'm already talking about modding it. You know, it's a brand new bike, so I think I'm gonna get it out in the dirt and trash it a little bit before we start replacing too many parts. But altogether, pretty cool bike. Yeah, hopefully there will be some more cool videos on the CRF coming soon. You know, I'll keep you guys posted about how what I do with the bike and my thoughts on it after I've, you know, put a few more miles into it and broken it in. And that'll be a cool little segue into the rest of our videos, you know. So I guess we'll get back to putting this guy together, and I'll catch you guys then. Thanks.